Hello. Hello, welcome in. Sorry, slightly late starting. Don't know what happened. Computer just decided to crap itself and nothing was happening. So swift reboot later, and here we are. How are you? Welcome in. So for this stream, sorry, that's a little bit loud. Let's have it. Loud for me anyway. Probably okay for you guys, but let me know if it's not. For this one, what I was going to do was some development on Solas. So I have been doing some Solas testing. I had some little problems with it, just minor little problems there that I was trying to sort out over the last couple of days, hardware wise, making some of the beta boards. The last few beta boards, I hope, found a little problem, and I think I have it sorted. It's not sorted. It needs to be completely reworked, but it is. I've worked around it basically. So that's the story. What I can do is, during that, I found a couple of minor bugs that I wanted to sort out, and so that's kind of what I said I'd do for this stream. So there we go. So we're actually working on real hardware today instead of emulation, which is kind of what I often do for. Sorry, I'll move this over here. Because emulation is what I often do for what's it called? For development stuff. You know, just because it's easier when it's emulated, it's faster and yeah, more contained. Let me see, but. Yeah, for this I will. Oh, what did I touch? Okay, something funny's going on with my capture card now. Anyways, let's see. Seems to be okay. Everything stream-wise seems to be okay. But yeah, no, the internet connection was working fine, but video wasn't, and everything was just like sort of sitting there, acting dumb and not doing anything. So I don't know exactly what the story was. But anyways, there we go. Seems to be all better now. Right, so we're going to have to move things around a little bit because it's a slightly different setup. Okay, so here we have my actual real hardware Amiga. Doing slightly flickery things, which is concerning. Hoping that's just the capture card or a loose cable or something like that, rather than the whatever issues, whatever gremlins are in the PC. But let's have a look. Let's see what we got going on here. Source control. Okay, so what I should do is I should show you what actually the issue that I'm actually having, or that I was having, and let's see. So if we open Solas control here, Okay. So Solas is connected. Let me see, just to make sure it's connected properly. Everything looks okay there. Board, yeah, so that's all happy. So that was fine. The problem I was having is that this event hold parameter wasn't being saved in the file, in the config files. So, oh, hello Ian, welcome in. Welcome in, yes, it has been a little while, and yeah, and slightly bumpy start today as well. But it's all good. How are you? Hope you're well. Welcome along, actually, a bit warm. Yeah, so a little bit of a stream. I was just saying there, I found some issues with Solas during all my testing over the last few days, and yeah, so I'm gonna fix a couple of small bugs. Yeah, all good, busy, and yeah, all work and no play. But yeah, so the situation is my Solas board is not remembering this parameter here. But we're on real hardware today for a change, so that's why things look a little bit blurry, because I'm capturing the RGB out. This parameter is not being saved in the config files. So, because when I'm testing it, so it's a feature that is relatively new in the software, and that means it lets you save a complete config, which gives you the option of saving every parameter out and loading it back in again. So it makes it handy for testing, because I can just enable a completely ridiculous set of options without having to, manually set them all the time. And it's good for testing boards. But yeah, I just noticed that this parameter keeps on getting reset to 0. So it stores in the board itself fine, and it reads from the board itself fine. But when you load in, if I save this now, let's say, so let's save this as a file. Save complete config as... Let's go RAM disk test. Okay, so that's fine. And now, just to make sure we're actually loading, we're going to lower that, and then we're going to load in the complete config. Test. Oh, didn't put the .solas on it. That's fine. If we open this file, oh, why is that saving it? Load complete config. That's what I wanted. There we go. There's the save requester doing its job. So you see here, it's after loading in the same values for the RGB stuff. But the 20 that I had in here disappeared. So this is only a minor thing. No one will have noticed this, I'd say. But this setting is basically, when Solas is reacting to something and it changes the LED pattern, it'll react sort of instantly, and it'll react, so as soon as the input changes, it'll change pattern. So when you're testing, or when you have it set up to react to a hard drive light, for example, and the hard drive is flickering, you get this mad strobe effect where it's switching between two different patterns. So this is basically kind of a minimum length that you can have, a minimum length to have a pattern applied. So it is. So basically, if you put a 20 in there, that's kind of 20 frames in Solas terms, which is about half a second or so. It's not quite PAL frame timing. So if you put that in there and if you send that to the board, it means that it doesn't flicker like crazy, and it just stays in hard drive mode for a while. It is very close. Every time I kind of say that, it's like, oh, I find another little problem, and I did find another little problem there last week, where I ran out of transistor. I'm still building a few beta boards at the moment. I ran out of this particular transistor that's used for controlling the fan speed. I bought another set, absolutely identical, from a legit supplier, from Mouse or a DigiKey, one of them, and it behaves differently. And so what was happening was suddenly the fans weren't working on the new boards. It's like, oh god. So now I've had to adjust the board slightly, and it means that when I want to do a production run, I might have to rework every board that comes back from the manufacturing, just to change a resistor on it, just to depending on what batch of, or what lot of transistors they use. So so the options are to not populate the transistor, and I do it myself with the known batch, or I do that and then potentially have to change a resistor on every board that comes back. So I don't know which is worse. But anyways, that's the situation. But yeah, so every time I say, yeah, I'm going to order a production run, get 100 200 boards made, something like that happens. So, but it's close. And there are 30, nearly 40 boards out in the wild already for beta testers. So it is kind of, you know, some people have been able to buy them. People who have been asking for ages and who kind of like, you know, who I know can handle a bit of beta testing. That's the situation. But yeah, that's where it is. I'm hoping, and I keep on saying that, but I'm hoping maybe in May to order a production run, and then have at least an initial batch out there in the wider world and see how they get on. I am going to be a bottleneck on it because even though it's kind of I can get it manufactured 90% of the way, there are still little things that have to be hand done, like the LED strips. There's a couple of other little bits that are kind of have to be hand done. Well, I will see about that after the first run. I'm just a bit nervous about like letting it, yeah, because of things like this resistor thing that has to be sort of tuned, and you know, I just kind of like, for the first run anyway, I'm gonna hold on to it and just see how well it works, how well it survives in the hands of the general public. We'll see. But after that, yeah, I have had a couple of retailers actually asking me about it and saying, you know, here, can we make it, or what's the story? Andrew actually has one, because we had a discussion when I was drunk at Kickstart last year. But that was how he got himself a beta one. So I'm not sure if he's actually installed it yet, but he got on the queue then, and so he has one. He has a handmade one. So I haven't seen him. He said he was going to do a stream and install it on a stream, but I just haven't seen that yet. So we'll see what happens. But yeah, Carl, I actually think he did talk to me about that as well at Kickstart. But it's, yeah, I'll have to see what happens, because like I said, there's a lot of manual stuff. So you know, that has to be done, making up the cables, making up the sensors, making up the LED strips. So I'm not sure how much of that a retailer would pay attention to, and I don't want them to go out and have all this stuff come back. Oh, the fans aren't working on it because there was too much hassle to change the resistors. So we'll see what happens. So yeah, your kids hang out. That's cool. That's cool to have play date kind of things like that. That's awesome. Cool. Well, tell him I said hi. And ask him how Solas is getting on. I did notice he was streaming again there recently, so that was good to see. He played all the way through Pushover, which is an impressive feat. I never got that far with it. I got reasonably far into it. It's a great game, but I never completed it. So fair play to him. But yeah, so this parameter is kind of like a sort of a hold, event hold. It holds basically when the hardware goes. I'll show you what happens basically. So if I set that to 0 and we apply that, there was a time when he was streaming that either I'd raid him or he'd raid me, and we both sort of kind of the schedule kind of tended to overlap a bit. But I think almost every day of the week there's someone Amiga related who's streaming, which is kind of cool, really. It's never thought I'd see anything like that in my life, but there you go. Okay, so if we set the event hold to 0, what'll happen? Let me see. Have I got a thing set up? I do somewhere. So, this is going to look messy, so apologies for this. There's no frames or anything made up. Here we go. Let's see. Right, anyway, so we can see the settings are applied there, and we can see sort of flashing away there. They're not the settings I wanted, actually, so let me move that over there. So if I load a complete config, I'll load my test config, so not that one. That one. Where is my? Oh, where are the files? Files, projects. No, it's in programming, isn't it? 3 projects. Oh, it's in this folder here. Folder, drawer. Now hold on a second. Why does that not have a filter on it? Load complete config. I did go to the right one, did I? Yeah. That's weird. Okay, but 3. Yeah, we're already having issues. So, Solas. Why don't they have a filter here? Filter thing. I don't know. Oh yeah, there they are there. I don't know what the flickering is going on there. Anyways, so full test. So this will load up a full suite of tests for me. And we got some nice quick things going there. So now if I access the hard drive, it should, so it did, we are getting a sort of a blue flicker there, I think. Let me see. Are we? Maybe we're not. Let me see. So event HDD access. So we should be. It should just switch to blue. And bright blue. So let's see if we open this. Oh yeah, you see. So you see there, it almost looks purple because the flickers are so quick. You know, because you know your hard drive access lights flash, 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 flash very, very quickly. So what the event hold does, so we sort of exaggerated a bit. We set it to like 50, which should be more than a second, and we apply that. What happens now is when we open a hard drive folder, it just stays blue until the reading is finished and then goes back to red. So that's what that parameter does, and it works well. It saves to the board. Once it's set, you don't need to worry about it, except when you import or export a pattern. Sorry, a complete config. So what we'll do is we will, yeah. See there you go. You can see it. It's sort of it's like a pulse finder on a logic probe. You know, it just sort of sets a minimum length once it detects anything. So yeah. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to where we were, and I'm going to look at the code for that. So we're in here, and first off, I can't even remember where we were. Version-wise, is this the right one? We're just going to check this. Actually, let's check that. I'll wait till it starts up before I get doing too many things. Okay. Load complete config. See, that has the pattern there. So now, is it just a case that I didn't have that pattern? Oh, yeah, maybe the executor was slightly old. Let's see. Oh, can't tell exactly because it's the same version. Or is it 0.12? Oh, it has a pattern now. I'm making a liar. I don't know what happened there. Something funky happened there anyway. Anyway, something else to put on the list to fix. Right, so let's go and fix this this parameter saving business. So we get current settings, get all settings. So this is where we're kind of capturing what's in the gadgets and storing them internally in a data structure before we save it out to a file. So temps level, and then board settings, board flags, board event hold is there, config event hold. So if we're in debug mode, we should even get that output whenever it captures it. Okay, so let's just see if we're getting that far. I'm gonna put in debug mode and see. Sorry, it feels really weird because I'm doing this through OBS and it's a very slight lag, just on the mouse. So I'm kind of like, oh, it feels really weird. It's like, you know, it's like trying to write when your hands numb or something like that. You know, it's funny. But let's bump this version up as well while we're at it. 0.13. What are we? 30th of April. And where were we? Let's see. Okay, yeah, let's run this. Let's see what happens. Just to show the authenticity, I've even got the hard drive or the floppy drive clicking going on there. Let us see now. Okay, so start it up. Let's save complete config. Event hold 50. Okay, so it's able to read it. It's reading it fine. I think that might actually, it could just be the capture card. It's right on the edge of the right on the edge of what the capture card can do, because this is running off the native output, and it's actually like an interlaced output. So to be fair, for a capture card, a VGA capture card, it's you know, it's quite good. But it doesn't normally do the glitch thing. I think maybe I changed my overscan settings and it might be just to upset it. But yes, that is literally it. That's all the clock port is you know, a memory mapped location, like any hardware on the 68K machine. That's it. But especially the clock port is literally just poking the right places. I can show you that code now. Let me see. Oh yeah. Let's quit this for a second. So there's a bit of an elaborate thing, kind of routine to communicating with the board, because there's no handshaking as such, and because I can't really use interrupts the way you would normally. Yeah, no, it's like it's something I want to get at some point, is a proper kind of HDMI converter, you know, of some sort, like be it a GBS control or a RetroTink or OSSC, whatever. Someday I'll invest, but for now, I seem to be able to get away absolutely fine with what I have. Like I got two different monitors, and they both show the standard output with the interlacing, so they're both perfectly usable. There's no flicker. It's great, and the capture card does the same thing. And it's like, it's not a 15 kilohertz capture card. It's a VGA and HDMI capture card, and it does a great job, considering I'm abusing it. But yeah, GBS control is, so the GBS standard board is fine, but the GBS control really does give it a complete, yeah, it's basically like a completely different device. So if we go to let's say if we want to send data to the board, so this will send a word, which is actually a byte, but because of how, okay, so the clock port is kind of offset by 1 byte. You write to it as a byte, as a word, which is 16 bits, but it's only on 8 bits of the bus. So you have to write to it as you can write to it as a byte on the 68020, but it's if you do it on a 68000, it'll fall on its arse because it doesn't like doing that. But you just it's retired your OSSC. That's impressive. That's impressive. Let's speaks volumes, doesn't it? But yeah, no, there'll probably end up being something like that I get. Okay, so basically this is how you send it. So Solas base is the address of the Solas board. Oh, careful now. How are things? There's terrible fire. Hope all is well. So yeah, so Solas base is the address of the board. No, sorry, I was saying if you write it as it's an 8-bit port, but if you write it as a word, it'll work on any CPU. If you write it as a byte, it'll still work on an 020, but not on a 68K, because you have to write it to an odd address, and 68K only does even addresses. So that's the difference. So it is working. That's why, even though all communication is in bytes, that's why I'm using word variables. So you can see send data byte here, which actually just kind of converts it. So if you have a byte that you want to send, it'll do that, and it'll realign it as it needs to. So that's it. But basically, it's as simple as that. So I do have a kind of a little clock thing in there, but you don't need to worry about that. It's basically because there's no handshaking on the port, and because I can't use interrupts because the LED refresh on the board gets priority over communications. It's not quite busy looping, but you need to use timers to be sure that the communication will work. So there's a bunch of registers. So Solas base, and then the register, and then the send data, which is actually a word, but it's poked as a byte because So, but that's basically it. It's very, very simple. The register is an offset from the base, the actual main port address, and that's it. That's literally it. And then it's just a case of stringing loads of bytes together for whatever you need. So usually, you've got a command register and a data register, so you write a command, and then you write. So there's send command there. It's very, very simple. Jesus, Graham's in as well. How are you? So sending a command is just you send the command, like the commands are just constants, and you just send one to the command port. Actually, I'm looking at this now. This isn't even correcting. Oh, it's taking a word variable and sending it as a byte. I'll have to make sure. I'll have to see about this actually on a 68,000, because I don't think it's ever been tested. I know it works on a 500, but that is usually with an accelerator installed. But yeah, all happy here, all good. It's been a busy week and it's only Tuesday. But there you go. But yeah, so you've got a command register, and when you write to the command register, that's telling the board something. The data register is where you send information. So you can send a command like set LED brightness, and then the data is your RGB values for the LED, for example. So that's how it works. Now, got completely sidetracked there, but so oh yeah. What you need to do is let it pile up and then leave it for someone else to deal with while you're off. It seems to be a very, very common MO in our place. You know, it's like, yeah, I'm away, so I will do fuck all this week and leave it, and someone else will deal with it while I'm gone. And usually they don't, and you come back and it's still on your desk. And you're like, oh. So then you've got 2 weeks of stuff to deal with. Oh, this TF4060 is almost there. Whoa, what's gone wrong now? Oh dear. So yes, what were we doing? Completely sidetracked. So we're reading the value anyway. I'm going to have a look at this file. Ugh. Now all the way down, board settings are here. No, LCD board settings. So 0 and 50, there's only 2 settings. It is being saved in the file. It doesn't, so I don't know where it's going missing. So if we run this. So if we load it from a file, it goes missing. So it is in the file. So where are we? Let's load the config. Load config. Let's see what's happening. This is a weird mod. I think I'll skip this one. Okay. So flags are read in. Event hold is read in. So event hold is the second value in the board. So that's board event hold. That looks like it should be okay. Yeah, this mod was just weird sound effects of a child crying or something like that and some explosions. I don't know. Sounded weird anyway, so it's gone in the bin. So event hold is read in. I'm going to just put a debug in there. What? Oh, I'm so used to a PC keyboard now from WinUAE that I'm like, where's my backslash? That's the shift key. It's mad how you get used to it. Because both OS4 machine and WinUAE, I have them mapped properly to an actual PC layout. So, it's a one-to-one layout rather than a emulator layout. Okay, so we'll output that. Let's run that and see what happens. Dun, dun, dun. Oh my god. I was just saying, I'm doing this through my capture card, so the lag on the mouse is just it's just very distracting. And I keep on either overshooting or undershooting things. Okay, so let's load in that config file. I'm doing Solas development, so and one of the things I want to do, because I can't really emulate it. Solas isn't supported in WinUAE yet. And I'm fucked if I'm adding it. So yeah. Oh yeah, that's that. Yeah, good old Deadpool there. So it's not the SWAS machine. The SWAS machine is there. Where it made my finger go there. Basically, that's the SWAS machine. This is my dev machine, which is there. In all its glory, the topless machine. Yes, indeed. Yeah. So there we go. But so what's happened here is I might even be able to actually work on that. Well, sure, we'll do that. Yeah, you're not really able to see what's going on there. Grant. So it says it's reading in event hold 0 when it loads the file. Reading 0. Why are you reading 0? So that's where our information's going missing, where it's loading the file in. Board event hold. Let's edit. Why? What is board event hold? Board settings. Event hold. It's a word. Don't know what's going on. Hey, Javier, how are you? Welcome in. Welcome along. Hope you're well. Yeah, this is my hardware project that I'm working on here, just trying to get trying to fix some bugs, minor bugs, but bugs nonetheless. And for some reason, I can't load in a particular value. Event hold equals edit. I'm going to try an alternative approach. If we load it in as a string, well, see if that works. Oh, nice. Nice. Oh, I'm going to murder this. Some pinchos? Am I absolutely murdering that? Cool. Sounds nice. I would like a couple of beers. I don't have any beers in the fridge. Oh, you know what I have in the fridge? Actually, some homemade limoncello. it's rocket fuel. Yeah. Oh yeah. No. Yeah. Absolutely. I know the word. I just don't know how to pronounce it. That's the thing. So I just hope I'm not not absolutely destroying it or making a complete show of myself. No wine and crashes output. Yeah. Oh yeah, I don't actually have the crash output, the crash counter on this screen. This is just a temporary one. There's my normal one there with the crash count. Yeah, that would be a good point actually. You know, you might find you might find it you know, a correlation there. Hey, there's Pillock. Howdy. Welcome in. How are you? Welcome along. Good to see you. You're another Solas owner of sorts. I'm doing some bug fixing and some little minor bugs in the code, and I'm trying to get to the bottom of. This is so that's what we're doing. It's a small bug in the software where it's not. You can export the settings, and when you import them, one of the settings goes missing. Don't know why. But I'm going to try a workaround, because rather than trying to understand what the fuck's going on, I'm just going to bludgeon it. Yeah. So so we're on real hardware. This is my A1200, which is doing its business over there, flashing away beside me. This is my dev setup. So here's our output there. So what we're going to do is we're going to load config that I have in the RAM disk. So we know the value is stored in the file. Event hold is coming at 0. Why? Oh, fuck. It's very annoying. Every other setting is being read in with the exact same code. So loading it into a string is not helping. Right, let's just bludgeon this. So we're going to just read exactly what's in the file. See if that works. Dun, dun, dun. Is it going to work? Let me see what event hold file input. So flags. Ah, I know what's wrong. That's stupid. Oh, I see it. Yeah. I know exactly what this is going to do. This is literally going to give me a 0. It is file input 0, event hold 0. Yeah. I'll show you what's wrong. So this is what the file looks like. This is what the actual config file looks like here. So you can see in the board section, we've got two parameters. 0 is the flags for the board. They're like whether it reboots with the machine and whether it, what's the other one? Whether the RTC module is enabled or not. There are a few other spare bits in there that I will deal with later, but or that I'll keep for later. But that's it. And then this one is this is the event hold. So I had it set to 50, saved out just fine. Loading it back in. You can see how we stop doing that. See how we find next header when we move to the next section of the config file. I have no next header here. So it's reading the flags as the actual header. And then the event hold is the flags. And fuck. But yes, thank you, Graham. You were a great help. And that's going to work, isn't it?
Oh dear.
It's going to work. It's going to work. Can I make the font? Yes, I will do that now in a second. Sorry, you're having trouble reading that there. It is a bit blurry because I'm on the capture card rather than the emulator, and it's it's the RGB output. So let's see what happens now if we load in config, RAM disk, Solas, and if we go in here, we can see in the board 50. There we go, done. So the flags is so far just these two tick boxes. We can also see file input event hold 50. So now it's working. Woohoo! Bug squished. And like so many bugs, entirely my fault. Okay, so we can put this back to the way it was. You can keep the debug output. Okay, so let's change the font. Dun, dun, dun. Make it a bit bigger. Editor, environment. Source font. That a bit better. Easier to read. What was that? I did find out why I had weird VU meters on my Solas. I thought it just buffered the audio and it just, it was straight in, straight out. There you go. But it's working okay once you adjusted the values to suit, yeah? Because John Hurtle has his Solas running on a Amiga, and he actually added the resistors to the Amiga board specifically for Solas to give that mixed audio signal. But again, it doesn't have that chip on it. And yeah, or it was before that. It was that, so that entire circuit is missing from his board. So that is why. That is good to know. I might add that to the webpage just to make mention of that, because it'll be the same on. It'll be the same on the 500 as well. Then if it's running, because you have to mod the board on the 500 to get those signals. But it'll probably be similar idea there. Okay, so bug squishied. That is great news. Happy days. And yeah, so and that font looks better there. Cool. Okay, what was next on my list? Aha. So yeah, so the level is much lower. Oh, that's a shame now. Yeah, interesting to know, because the numbers, the default numbers on the standard 1200 work reasonably well. But yeah, I've got the completely unmodified composite output on this machine. Let's have a look at it. There she is in all her naked glory. So now, yeah, so the event hold will now kind of give us a nice steady light when it's accessing the hard drive instead of giving a weird flickery craziness. Yeah, that was working well. Okay, excellent, happy days. Now, what was the next thing I was going to do? Oh yeah, well, I'll show you the values that are the standard ones here: offset 100 and range 500. They're the two main ones. Beat threshold and event threshold don't actually affect the VU meter or anything like that. They just affect how the board reacts to certain things. So that's fine. They're different things, and actually event threshold is going to go because that just should be 0. But 100 and 500 are standard values, and they work quite well. So let's see what this one. Oh, where's my people players there? Okay. Apologies for that weird flickering thing. Like I said, the capture card is hanging on by its fingertips. We have some mods on this. Oh, I don't have the cable connected. Range 100 and offset 65. That is quite tight. And so that's what I'm getting with a spread from the middle. Oh, that's a shame. Just trying to think of what else could be done. It might be possible because there is a small amplifier stage on the Solas, and it's just a transistor. It's very, very. It's. I wouldn't consider listening to the output of it, like, because it'll be nasty. Because as well as that, it's rectified, so it's a horrible wave if you look at it under a scope. But it's kind of what you want for an AD converter that's just reading this kind of peak values. So what you could do is experiment with that, with that transistor, because it's biased. It has a couple of bias resistors on it, and one of them is like a 33K and one of the 10K or something like that. If you adjust them, you might get more amplification out of it, and that might increase the sensitivity for you. If you're bored someday, you could give it a go. I might give it a go here if I have a chance, if I deliberately lower the signal at some point and see if I can improve that. Let me see. If we look at a Solas board here, I can't remember which resistors they are. I'll look it up and let you know. But there's about 4 or 5 resistors in that area of the board. I will look up which 2 of them to look at, and basically it's just a bias. It just holds the base of the transistor at a certain voltage, and that is all you need to adjust, really. It might go nuts, but hey, hold on a second. This is engineering division. I didn't see Scotty getting killed. Scotty lasted longer than everyone because he was stuck in a transporter buffer for a while. So I'll take my chances. Yeah, there we go. Nerds unite. Yeah. Yeah, no, I'm definitely not going to be volunteering for any security detail. That's for sure. But anyways, right, now, next, so that bug is squished. I think I've bumped up the version on this so I can, I'll make a new version. Well, that's the old version. Is it? Yeah, so that was the old executable running. I also don't have the audio piped in from the capture card, or do I? I know we didn't hear that mod that I was playing, but that's fine. Maybe. You know what? Let's rig up the audio, see if I can get it to work. Where are the cables? While I have the actual hardware running, I might as well run actual hardware mods. Now, this could also die a death now. Let's see. Yay, it's working. Oh, excellent. Spam, spam, spam. There we go. Excellent. Sure, it's a good thing that I'm getting spammed very regularly now. I'll just throw some more mods on this list, and yeah, Hoffman folder do. Whole folder, Jesus. Some of these are going to be too big because I don't have machines. Let's throw a few in there. Yeah. It is, but it's just a common thing to say. The red shirts always die, you know. That's it. The red shirts. No, because I have another bug I want to fix. Well, it's not even a bug. I have the LCD is there. Can you see it? Does it? Too bright. Why is it too bright? What I might do is actually turn down the brightness of the LCD. Oh, I also need to do a full compile of this. Hey, Psychosis, how are you? Oh, that's actually going to take a while. Let's run the... Oh, I can't run the executable while it's compiling. Anyway, what I'm going to do is turn down that. But basically, the other thing I want to fix is in the firmware of the board itself, and that is basically the Hoffman. Basically the entire thing is after this track is Hoffman. Oh, am I? Sorry, yeah. My line in. Let's drop that a bit. That might be a bit better now. And of course, now it's a quieter mod. Oh well. Oh, ole. Yeah, so that should be some Hoffman there now. Anyway, yeah, so the other thing that's happening is, so the screen there, has this finished compiling? It has. So this should be the latest version now. Is it? Yay. That's the one. Is the level sounding a bit better now? Yeah. What I'm going to do is just the LCD colors. I think if I lower them, it might actually be able to read the text on it. Oh my god. So I'm using an actual tank mouse here, which is slightly annoying. Okay, so that makes it more legible, I suppose. Let's see, can I get a bit closer? basically what's happening is the LCD kind of cycles around every kind of 5 or 10 seconds. It changes the page. You can see it there. It's showing the date and time, and then it'll show the temperatures. So what I want to do is I want to change it so that if the fan speed is changed by the software, that it actually, that it actually updates in kind of close to real time. So if you go into the software and you change the fan, so the fan's at 0 there. So if I change the fan to there, it will show up on the screen now, but it won't. It'll say 52% there. You can just about see it on that on the stream. So what I want to happen is for that to be kind of, as soon as you change the fan speed, it will update. So it's more live or close to live, because all the information goes to the board. I just haven't, I just kind of updates it on the page, and then it has. You have to wait till the page comes around again to see the updated values. So for that, I need to go and look at the actual firmware, which is in here, and this is going to let me see. Oh, this is going to be awkward. Let me see, how do I do this? Oh, I'm going to put you guys over here. Let's see. Hooray! Now, that font is very small, but at least it's digital, so hopefully it's better to read, or easier to read than what was going on earlier. It's probably better in there. I don't know if that's any better. Yeah, exactly. It's exactly like teletext. Yeah, I don't know. Where did I put you guys? Put you guys there. Anyway, so God. Now, all you C programmers are going to absolutely judge me for the stupid size of these massive functions, but running tight on stack space, very, very tight, and it's just easier to do that, because once you go too many functions deep, this thing shat itself, and I got to a point where it just couldn't deal with it. So I kind of rolled everything back into some giant functions. Can you inline? Well, yeah, I probably could, but yeah. I had it all stripped out into a couple of different files and a couple of different things. But what I had, it was nicely structured and nicely abstracted, and a couple of different layers. So almost like an API internally, and it just wasn't. It was too deep for it, and it wasn't liking it. So it was more that than the actual kind of the pages of code, which it ends up being. So yeah. Anyway, it is what it is for now. So what was I doing? Yeah. Okay. So when we get a command in, I might still do that. Let me see. Where am I going? So these are the commands. So LCD message case. Where do I have the fan message? No, it's not there. It's here. Okay, so if the incoming buffer is full, so this is basically when information is being received. Some of the commands don't really make sense. The command itself doesn't do anything. It's only once you receive all the parameters that it does something. So so basically this is what handles that part. So this is our command register. So la 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 la. Oh yeah, so these are commands that do something, and then down here are commands that don't do something, basically. So until the information arrives. So here we have fill IDs, event, strip, fan. Here we go. So when we get a fan command, it's followed by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 bytes, and then our command is done, and we go back to idle effectively. So if we change the fan speed, this is where we want it to happen. Oh, wrong keyboard. Is our music gone now? Hey, Kareem, how are you? Welcome in. Yeah, fancy strobe light. It's dancing along to the music, which I think is too low now. Oh, wrong slider. So yeah, that's my Amiga dancing away with its little lights. So I'm working on that. I'm fixing a couple of little things in the firmware that controls those lights. And yeah, so that's what I'm at tonight. How are things? How are you? Kareem here. A group of Italians is a colleague of mine from work who knows nothing about Amigas. Is not that kind of nerd. But fair play to him. He comes along anyway. Says hello. Moral support. Yes, there is that. Okay, so yeah. So what was I saying? Okay, so yeah. So when we receive a new fan speed, that's when we want to change it, because we don't want it to change. The board can change the fan speed itself if it wants when temperature reaches a certain point and things like that. It can constantly adjust the fan speed. So we don't want the display to update for that. Just want it to update when you actually manually change it, and I'll probably apply the same thing for other settings. Aha! Well, I'm glad you're here. I'm glad you're here. All good here, thanks. Yeah, we had an audit last week. We seem to have done well there, I think. As in, when I say we did well, we managed to avoid everything.
Oh dear.
So we didn't get asked any awkward questions or any questions at all, it seems. So I think we did well. Yeah, an audit you still have a job after is an audit well done. So, okay, so let me see. Yeah. Did you have any dealings with them? No. So let's see. Oh yeah, I have a command for when we change an LCD message. So flags, and then if, let me see. Oh, say when the command's done. So is there an LCD here? LCD config, contrast, LCD message. So what we need to do is we need to set this to to switch straight away to the fan status page and to refresh it. So so back here, so new message, so flags. Oh, I can't remember what's in flags. Oh god. LCD flags, no. Oh god. Main page time, no. Oh, Jesus. Okay. It's so long since I've worked on this bit. Oh, you're in the hot seat this week. Oh, exciting. Fun times, fun times. Well, best of luck with that. So that's a new LCD message. There is a part where we can set the message to be displayed straight away. Ah, flags, LCD now. Where was that flag? Did I miss that? LCD now. Ah, LCD enabled, LCD once. Ah, yeah, LCD now. That's what I'm looking for. LCD settings, current page. I think that's what I'm looking for.
Take cover.
Hey, Walkero, George, how are you? Welcome in. Welcome in. And Aris is there as well. Welcome in. I was actually watching George just before this stream, and just before my PC decided to absolutely crap itself, and I'm hoping it holds together now for the next little while. How are you? How are you guys? George was playing Heretic 2 on Amiga OS 4, and he does a lot of OS development stuff, OS 3.2 stuff, OS 4 stuff. Give him a follow if that's your thing. And yep. Where's my shout out thing? There we go. Let's see if that works. I think my Nightbot is broken because on my last stream I said, "Oh yeah, I better fix that," and I never did. But anyways, go and give him a follow. I'm switching between the two. This is my some Solas coding, so I was switching. I was classic Amiga coding. So I was working on the software for the actual Solas software, which is running on Workbench, and that's it here. And now I'm just trying to fix something in the firmware, in the Solas firmware. You see, so that's actually I'm doing the coding for that on the PC, and some of the stuff it's years since I've touched the code and I can't quite remember it, so I'm trying to refresh my own memory of my own stuff from about 2 years ago. But anyways, so I'm trying to remember how this was done. So basically what I want to do is when I change the fan speed, I want to bump the fan message to the front page on the Solas LCD and refresh it. So LCD now is when you update a page, and so I just need to set that for that page. LCD page. Page time. Let me see. Oh yeah. It's good to hear. Good to hear. Well, like I was saying earlier, I am this close to ordering a batch. I had issues with the transistor last week, which were very annoying because I ran out of transistor, bought a new batch, exactly the same part number, and the fan stopped working because I'm abusing the transistor basically. But it basically the curve of the transistor was slightly different, and it meant it wouldn't work. So I'm like, oh shit, what am I going to do? So I have worked around it by changing a couple of resistors, and now it works again. But it's very annoying. It means I'm going to have to basically order a batch, and I don't know what kind of lot of transistors they're going to use when they make it. So do I leave it and fit the transistors myself, or do I get them to fit the transistors and then rework the boards potentially when they come back and maybe have the wrong resistor? I don't know. I will figure that out, but I'm basically very, very close to getting it working. So yes, Fryer 85. It is a pick chip. This is the board itself. There we go. And this, sorry about the lack of focus there. This is the pick chip. And it's a 4620, and it's quite a cool little. It's quite a cool little microcontroller. I really like it. It is. It's 40 megahertz, 64K of flash. It has, what else does it have? And it has a nice input-output board, an input-output port, an 8-bit port, which is like a direct match for the clock port. So it can handle kind of, at a low level, it can handle the clock port communications itself. So hey, Proton Fig, welcome in. Welcome along. Good to see you. Yeah, so that got developed. Yes, indeed, it got developed in the G41 postcode. And then I moved to the G52 postcode, and maybe that's why it's not working. Yes, Terrible Fire and I are sort of neighbours. Used to live quite close to each other, actually. A Debian Trekkie t-shirt. Okay, yeah, it's a Trekkie t-shirt, but I like the Debian reference. I never thought of that, actually. Oh, cool. Yeah, I'll take it. I'll take it. Yeah, no, it's it's the classic red shirt, but with the engineering division logo on it, so or the insignia. So just so I don't get killed straight away. But yeah, there you go. So yeah, so for running on the microcontroller, it's it's compiled C, and it is it takes up a fair chunk of the flash, to be honest. Why won't it tell me? Is it? Ah, oh, I'm actually in the wrong bloody project. Oh no, yes, yeah, yeah. I like those references. All right. Oh, Jesus, I didn't realize that. So I was actually working on another top secret project. Let me see. No. I can't remember how to switch projects. Done. Close all projects. Let's try this again. That's more like it. So we can see it's got 64K of flash basically. I'm using 83% of it, and it has nearly 4K of RAM. It's basically like a VIC-20. And I'm using 93% of that, not counting the stack. So I'm quite tight on space. And this is the biggest chip that there is, the PIC chip that has that 8-bit port on it that makes using the clock port so easy. So I have, so I'm kind of stuck, and I'm going to try and make it work for as long as I can. Top Secret, like the film with Val Kilmer. Oh, you know what? I don't know that film. Well, yeah, there was danger of having too many beers, alright, living nearby. Clues for the top secret project. Let's see, what do I have around? There were no clues in that code because it's literally just serial testing. But you know, it's not that top secret. I think I said it's a PIC 4620, 18F 4620. This one is, and it's quite nice. My other project that I was kind of like toying with was something we have. I have been working on a while ago, which is a wireless controller thing, but you plug in an Amiga keyboard and mouse, and you plug the other end into the keyboard and mouse sockets on an Amiga. So you know, there are plenty of USB kind of solutions and stuff. So it's kind of that was the intention. Hey Hoffman, welcome in. And we actually put on some Hoffman tunes just there because welcome in, because I was playing random stuff, and then I actually switched on some Hoffman mods to test my Solas board. So the Solas board is working away here. I'm working on a bit of coding for that, and it looks something like this here. So there's my LEDs dancing away to your tunes. Oh, yeah, absolutely, 100% for testing Solas board. Yeah, how are you? How are things? And oh yeah, and you have to show up in Scotland in October because it's my birthday, and also because of Terrible Bites. Yeah, there you go. Oh, cool. Well, there we go. Sure, we'll see you there. I actually bought your vinyl at Kickstart last year, and I went to get you to sign it, and you were gone. So I'll bring it to Terrible Bites when you're here. Get you to sign it. Anyways, there we go. Yeah, get an LCD, a little LCD. I have a bit on the website about the different ones that work and don't work, and yeah, so there's a few modules that work, and they're all kind of like I2C devices, and they just plug in and away they work. Yep, so there you go. Yeah, so back to what was I doing? Oh, yeah. so I was working on the firmware side of it. Yes, tell us what you were doing. Were you still cracking stuff? Were you streaming? I didn't see you streaming actually. Was this kind of personal coding? Ah. Oh, as in larger than chip RAM? Larger than chip RAM mods? Is that what you're talking about? Nah. Ah. Interesting. Yes, just really big buttons. Just 4 gadgets on the screen. That's cool. Okay, so sorry, I haven't made any kind of overlays or anything for these screens because it's just again test. So you have a nice fancy one for this, all fits, all fall apart. What was I doing? Oh yes, I was doing this. So what I want to do is when I change the fan speed, I want the LCD to update straight away. So so I'm trying to remember where I have all this information. The pages are stored in some sort of array. LCD page, flag page time, LCD page text, length of message. So these look like we're getting somewhere. Ah, very cool. So yeah, so you can run pretty intense, pretty serious mods on a stock 500. That's nice. So where are my messages? LCD messages. This is code I wrote ages ago and I can't remember half of it. Max LCD pages. Okay, so pages, LCD page. And from what I remember, I can't even remember which page numbers are which. I'm sure I made notes of this up here, did I not? LCD page numbers, LCD page numbers. Not paged. Max LCD page is 12, so it's 16 pages altogether. 12 of them are user defined, 4 of them are internal. So the default page should be, well, I must define that at the start, don't I? Default page must be page 12 then. Oh, no, sorry, I've got 8 user-defined pages and 4 system pages. So so it's page 8 that I need. Current page is 0. Okay, so I set it to 0 and then it'll find the next page, so it'll go to 8. But page 8 is the one that shows the fan settings. Oh, this is going to be complicated because if the LCD is too small, it'll split it over multiple pages. Okay. So let me see, that makes things complicated. We'll start with page 8 anyway. We'll see. We'll make sure that temp settings. I have a setting for turning on and off whether this fan is shown as well. LCD settings, show fan. So LCD settings, show fan. LCD settings. Oh. LCD settings. Okay. Oh, it is LCD settings, of course it is. Okay, so we're going back to where we were, and yeah. So when we go down to when the command is completed, I think the TFMSX should have a should have an FPU, definitely. Okay, so LCD settings current page. So what we want to do is oh well, yeah. Terrible Fire does the same kind of trolling all day, every day. So, you know, have at it. Okay, so LCD pages. LCD settings current page. This is what we want to set. So when we receive a fan command, we need to be able to set that. Where are we? Oh my god. Yeah. I feel like I should apologize and got, like, you know, sort of proper coders in here, like like Terrible Fire and Hoffman, because of the mess of this. But yeah. Anyways. It's down the end here. Okay, so fan. So fan speed. So when we receive a command that sets our fan speed, we don't know. We don't really care whether it's changed or not. We're just gonna say status command done. So once the command is finished, then we should refresh the status command done. Case pattern event. So LCD message. It's not LCD. No, we put it in there. No, case. It is fan, isn't it? Yeah, it is. So we want to do something like that. And then current page. So, but it's not the current page. We want to set the well, that's it. That's it. Absolutely. Okay, so page is less than 8. That's user defined page. So our actual system pages start at 8. What I'm going to do is we're going to just say for now we'll just hard code it as 8, and then we'll figure out which page the actual fan is on afterwards. Actually, first off, we should check if the fan is even displayed. So that's what we wanted to check, wasn't it? LCD settings. What was it? Show fan. Show fan. And LCD. Oh, how do I set the current page? LCD settings. Is it LCD settings? Current page, yeah. on def page time and page time. Sorry, not def page time. LCD. Current page. Page time did show up there, didn't it? LCD settings. Did, yeah. Equal to page time. Oh, yes. Yes. So, and that'll set the default page time, which is like 20 frames in LCD terms. I think it's 5 seconds or something like that. Okay. It's not LCD once we want it to LCD now. Once it's just a single message that will disappear like a kind of a notification. So LCD now. Current page is 8, def page time. So once we've updated the fan values and the fan command is finished, then we do this. Let's build this and code program it and see what happens. What? Okay, yeah. Yes. Yeah, that was probably naughty. Let me see, where were we? Case fan. No, I was right. Fuck it. It was down there. Case fan. LCD. Do we want or that? Don't we? Isn't that right? I'm forgetting. See, I'm also. Yeah, no. I'll give you a second. Hey, Amiga Bill's illegitimate son. Welcome in. How are you? Welcome in. Doesn't look like Blitz Basic, I know. It is. I'm working on code for my Solas board, which is flashing away there in the corner. Now. Okay, Pillock, thanks for dropping in. Yes, enjoy your super early morning. Is old school C. Definitely not C sharp. I haven't used that in years, but I did do that a little bit in my old job. It was fine. People moaned about it. I didn't use it deeply enough to care too much, but but it was all right. And there's a bit of software that I wrote in it that is still running away in hospitals to this day, I believe, and that was 10 years ago. 11 years ago, which is slightly worrying because I don't think anyone's touched it since. But hey, if it works. Okay, so yes, so this should set the LCD now flag. Actually, the LCD now flag makes no difference here because I'm manually setting the page. Haven't I? I'm bypassing that, so actually I don't need that at all. because I'm resetting this page, so I know what I'm doing now. It doesn't matter. It won't have any effect basically. So the LCD Now flag, basically what that does is when you send a new message to display on the LCD, it will say it'll skip the queue, so it will jump to whatever page that is. Secret project. It's not really that much of a secret. I just like, yeah, I know. Yeah, fuck's sake. The project I mentioned it earlier. The only reason I'm saying it's a secret is because there's only a slim chance of me actually having something to show at Kickstarter. And I don't want to kind of like say, oh yay, and that has completely backfired and blown up in my face because, yeah, you're not the first person on this stream to mention that. It's not a secret. It is. Well, it kind of is a secret. I just haven't spoken about it much. The intention is a wireless Amiga controller. Yeah. Fuck's sake. Yeah. So a wireless controller, but not like a wireless controller that takes standard Amiga keyboard and standard Amiga mouse, standard Amiga controller. So that's the story. So basically, it'll be a box which has like two 9-pin sockets on it and a keyboard socket, and at the other end it has two 9-pin cables and a keyboard cable. And so what you can do is plug the three of them into your Amiga, take your little wireless box with batteries in it, plug your two joysticks into that, plug a keyboard into that, and away you play wirelessly. So that is the intention. So far it's a breadboard and a bunch of wires, and I'm sure I've shown it even on the stream before. Oh. The breadboard section has disappeared. I'm not entirely sure where it is, but here's some of it. There we go. Ta-da! So it's yeah. I must have used the breadboard for something else. Yeah. So anyways, it is not in any way, shape, or form anything to show. I don't even know where it's gone. Sorry. But anyways, yes, so the intention is to have a little box, put some batteries in it, plug your keyboard, mouse, joystick into it, and then you've got wireless, authentic old wireless keyboard and mouse stuff that just works. So it is kind of working. And it is PIC chip based as well. So I had a test project open for that when I loaded up this dev environment. So just, yeah, some comments on that. Okay, so this is built. Now where's my trusty little programmer? Mini Pro programmer. Oh, you guys can't see that. Yeah, anyways. What I'm going to do, I'm just going to send this now. And see if it works. This is going to kill the flashy lights for a second. And Programming is working. Flashy, flashy. It's frozen in time. So that's it. Programmed. No terrible fire. No terrible fire. Now we send the settings again. I should start working again because everything I did just worked. Yes. Except audio is triggered. Oh yeah, that's another thing I want to sort out. There's audio working again. Yeah, it gets stuck. Oh, is this the bug you were talking about earlier? Is it workaroundable? Is it one of them? Okay. Oh dear, this doesn't sound great. Okay. So is my LCD working? What's going on with the LCD now? Have I killed it? Or is this the contrast really low? No, it looks like nothing's happening there. Ah, what's going on here? Let's reset Solas. And start again. Oh, yes, it won't have had any settings in it. Oh, all my settings are gone. That's why. Yeah, you bastard. Oh, that's not what I wanted. This one. Let's load a complete config. Back to where we were. Test. Apply. Set the flash. Oh, and then the LCD can't be read on the camera when it's too bright, so let's try that. Nothing. Why? You bastard.
Oh dear.
Yes. Oh dear indeed. What? When in doubt, turn it off and on again. It's receiving commands because it pops up that I've set the contrast. Audio. Flashy lights are back working anyway. Why? What has happened? Castlevania. Yeah. Well, the software should already be firing a page at it because it has the clock is enabled on it, so it should be doing that automatically. There is an AREX command for it. Was it the one from your demo? Terrible Fire. Excellent stuff. That's cool. That's awesome. Indeed, such a fangirl. What happens if I do change the fan speed? I can't believe a couple of lines of code like that have broken it. Right, let's comment it out and start again. Oh, actually, I wanted to set the version numbers. Where do I have the version numbers? Let's bump the version on this. Are we on? Oh yeah, no, that's the address. I definitely don't want to change that. Just while that's building, where is the version number? Where is the version number? Why are they commented out? Did I put it in here? What's going on? Where is my version? Oh, firmware version. There we go. Sorry. Yeah, I knew it was. Okay. Oh, version 10. Which is actually version 16, of course, but yeah. Let's see. Okay, I'm just going to fire that over to the chip now. Yeah, double digits. So that will have frozen the board again. Now that is programming it. Program. Go. And slide settings again. And LCD is working. What is breaking the fucking thing? Oh! What? I'm in the right place, haven't I? This is where, when the command is done, command is done. We're doing it. We re-enable interrupts. Get the LEDs running again. Ah, yes. Ouija Nights is still on my list to finish. Oh. Oh, that weekend you opened your NAS and found a through-hole capacitor. Yeah. You know, I had, a few years ago, I had an ADSL modem. And it was cheap as chips. It was one of these ones that works really well and is a kind of no brand, works fine, and it was faster than the modem that I was supplied from the ISP. So I was using this for a while, and yeah, it was great. And then it started just dropping connections. I started doing weird stuff, and I opened it up. All through-hole capacitors, all of them were knackered, completely knackered. Now, it had been probably working fairly hard with a fairly shitty power supply, 24/7 for 3 or 4 years, but yeah, all the capacitors absolutely knackered. And so I replaced them all, and then it was good, and it worked great until I got fiber, and then I've retired it. I still have it somewhere just for emergencies, but yeah, there you go. Recapped. Right. Yeah. Okay, so I am in the right place. So if we have chosen that we are to display the fan, and we have received a fan command, then current page equals 8. What if the page isn't 8? Let me see. I have to figure out which pages are... Okay, let me see. So, LCD command. Yep. Oh, the guy in the alley is the one to know. He's the guy. I actually have to... he's slightly OP, we found. We need to peg him back a bit. He needs to go home during the day. Okay, so... Oh, what was I going to say? Yeah, so... I need to find where I'm actually... where's my heartbeat? Current command finished. Where's my heartbeat? Heartbeat is up here, I think. I'm going to wear the scroll wheel doing this. Heartbeat. No, it's further down, isn't it? Prevent changed. Process ongoing query. LCD handling code. What's the LCD? Oh, of course, I should check if the LCD is even enabled. I need to do this. So current page is 8. Yeah. LCD settings, current page. Oh, this is more complicated than I thought because I need to get in the queue. I think what's happened is it was working in a way. I was setting it to that page, but it's not actually drawing the page because this code isn't getting called. How do I do this? Do I need to have a new command, like or a new routine? Does LCD refresh? I think I might have to do something like that. Oh yeah, so you are. Sorry. Oh my god. Yeah. Solid stuff. Thanks, Graham. So here's what happens when it goes through a loop. Temp refresh counter. So this is where it just reads the actual temperatures. So here we have. So what we need to do is we need to trigger this code. So we need to fake this. Current page. So, and this disables the page. So what we need to do is we need to set it so that it is. We need to call this somehow. Feel like 18th to 20th of October. I can probably do that as well. Cool. So I need to trigger this code from way back in the loop. So, and like the neat way of doing that is to set the page to the to the one previous. Well, that's just what I'll do then. That's what I'll do. Yeah, I have, but see, that's a separate command. It's an entirely different command, and it works a very different way. It's restricted to the user-defined pages, so it builds the page up based on a different buffer. It's a totally different thing. So you got the pages 1 to 7 are the user-defined ones, and pages 8 to 11 are the system ones. And so I have to. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to set it to system 7 with the timer expired, to page 7 and the timer expired, and that will do the job for now. I will have. That's the way I'll do it, which is a little bit clunky. But yeah, so I was writing it. I was setting up page 8, but it was never getting refreshed. It would have been fine if it had a message on it, but that page doesn't actually have a message. It's yeah. Anyways, we're getting there. LCD backlight, LCD right fan. So current page equals 7. LCD settings, page time equal to what direction does it go? I think I saw something with the page was set to 254. Is that what it does? Let me go down, let's see, LCD handling code. So LCD pages. There is a spare room here. First come, first served, I suppose. But you know, if you're welcome to that, if you can handle having James potentially waking you up at 7 a.m. Um, mhm. Where did I see it? There was a LCD now. How do I handle LCD now? I saw it somewhere else. I set it. Okay, let's see. Let's look at how the code works. Page time plus plus. So setting it to 254 is probably the right thing to do. So basically, page time on the page is the setting. So LCD settings, page time plus plus. Okay, so setting it to 254 should give it the error, should clear it out. Dum 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 dum. I'm beginning to find my way around these things a little bit quicker. Yeah, so that should do it. Shouldn't it? Oh, you know, bit of Barry's tea, bit of Irish tea. That is the way to go. The last time Graham stayed in my place, I don't think he could drive until 6 p.m. or something. It was rough. And that wasn't even in the shed. That was a couple of us ended up coming back and watching awful shite on TV. That was Adam came back as well, didn't he? Adam Shearer. Yeah, I'll just have to watch for the branches and the leaves this time. Although, yeah, we'll see what happens. Should be all right. Okay, so that's compiled. Dun dun dun. Yeah, that was the problem. Similar thing happened at my dad's 80th birthday when I was in Ireland. It was all good. All these cousins I haven't seen ages and ages and for years, for like 20 years and stuff. They all have kids now, and you know, there's this massive like family reunion thing, and it was all well and good. We had a great time at the meal, great time afterwards. Had a few beers back at the house. Ran out of beer. Bottle of whiskey that I got given for Amiga Ireland kind of got opened, and I don't remember anything else. That was that. It was not so good. Okay, so lights have paused. Jesus, an Uber to the East Coast would cost you something serious. But yeah, no, that's all we need to do is get an Uber from there. Okay, so coded, programmed. Let me see. We need to go back to my screen. Oh, no, that one. Well, that one will do as well. But that one. Let me see. Okay, working. Okay, LCD is on and refreshing. Fan speed is 43. No idea why. Is that what did I? But it is displaying 43%. Now let's see, let's adjust the fan speed. You can just about make that out on the thing. Oh, excuse me. Now why isn't it showing the time on page? Probably broken that now as well, have I? But let's see if we change this. No, that's still taking its time to refresh. Yeah, it's taking its sweet time. Why is that now? So, it should go straight to page 8 there because we've set it to page 7. Set it to page, so as soon as we change the fan, we set it to page 7, set the time to the max. Why is that not working now? 88. Dun, dun, dun. That should, because let's go down to here. So, page time plus plus, so that'll put it to 255. LCD settings page time. And that will be greater than that because, or equal to, because it's only a byte. It can't be any higher than that. Set the time to 0. Page time 0. And then we current, let's see, LCD settings previous page equals LCD settings current page, which is 7. Settings current page greater than or equal to 12. So we wrap around. Why did we need previous page? Slightly worrying. What am I doing? Is that why things aren't working? Current page greater than 7. I can't even remember why we're doing that, why we're setting a space in 81. Oh cool! I missed out on some of our cooking last year. I missed out on the stew, but I hear it was excellent. It looked excellent. So current page is 8. That has to be the case. So LCD enabled 20. Okay, so this just cycles around to find the next active page. That's all it does. Yeah, I missed the beef, but it looked good. Yeah, I think Sarah was working or something like that, so I did miss a big chunk of one of the days, so I couldn't be there. But yeah, I missed that bit, and it looked good. I saw the aftermath. So we're cycling around here. We cycle through all the pages. If we get to 13, it means there are no active pages, so we can disable the LCD altogether. So current page plus. So we go to page 8, which is enabled. We're definitely enabled. Fuck! I keep doing that. So current page is going to be page 8 because we set it to page 7. Page time, that should be full, so current page plus page 8 is definitely enabled. Fall out of this loop. So our current page is greater than 7, yes it is 8. Then we draw, we do the whole temperature display thing. All done. Here. Why is it not working? Oh, it sounds like an awesome stew. Yeah, that's the way to do it though. A bottle of red wine into anything improves it. A bottle of red wine into me improves me. A bottle of red wine into a, well, maybe I was going to say a curry, maybe not a curry, but a bolognese. Ah, yeah, sounds awesome. So this is our redraw stuff. We know this is working because it's getting there, but it looks like It looks like maybe the event isn't getting triggered. It is definitely the fan command I'm sending. Oh, maybe it's not. Maybe fuck. I think I'm using an old bit of code. Way up here, way up here. Command. Data. Set all fan settings. Now. Fuck. There it is. There's a separate register for setting the fan speed, and when you only change the fan speed slider, it does it separately. So I'm bypassing that command. So it's not a command, it's a separate register entirely. You just write a byte to it and it sets the fan speed. That is it. Okay. Where were we? So we were back up here. Oh no, we weren't. We were down here. So we can just lift this straight out of here. Yeah, I actually I meant to deprecate that. I actually kind of thought there's no real point in having that, because there's also a fan command that can also set speed, and it's an extra few bytes, but it makes things simpler for situations like this. Fan speed, fan changed flag. Oh, where's fan changed flag used? Do your thing. Do your search thing. Change flag. So this actually sets the fan. Where is that in the loop? Fan change flag. Do I have it anywhere else? Change flag. Oh, no, that's all. So if I just set it based on this, and instead it should refresh the page when I change any of the fan settings, rather than doing it fan change fan speed. Yeah, let's stick it here. Oh fuck. Ah. Ooh. I thought that should have automatically indented them, but fine. That should do it anyway, I think. Shouldn't it? I've said that a couple of times now. Fan changed flag. So where was that? Excellent. Because it's annoying the hell out of me. Good to know. Seal of approval there. Dun 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 dun. Where was I going? Yeah. Yeah, so I'm just going to disable this just to make sure that's not doing anything. Okay, we'll build that and see. I don't know what's happened to my little clock thing, but I think it's possible that when I reset it, oh, it's like separate code. Like, yeah, that's a fair point actually as well. Yeah, to throw them in a separate file then. Oh, where was that? I didn't think I had any of that. Did I? Oh yeah. Yes. The reason, and the only place I do have that is they're literally the byte numbers of the bytes coming in. So byte 0 is that, byte 1, byte 2, but because they're different, it would be every command has that. Yeah, no, that's fair. And because every single one of them will be a separate define for each different command and each different byte, I just no. So yes, no, fair, absolutely. I entirely forgotten about that because I just think in the bytes that yeah, no. I could, I suppose, do it, but yeah, no, it can't be arsed. Because all the commands and stuff like that have it, but byte 0, byte 1, byte 2. Yeah, I should. I will take that under advisement. Yeah, there look loads of them here, loads of them, loads and loads and loads and loads and loads. Look at that. But basically, yes, it's the bytes from the commands. So yeah. Yeah. Okay, so that built there, did it? That's slightly worrying because I thought that was building, and if it's building again, that means I've changed something. What did I press? Oh yeah. Yeah. Is that any better? Oh. It's like when Chucky was given out to me for not having labelled Cat5 ports on my wall. So I put a 1 on one of them and a 2 on the second one. Yeah. Oh, I will sort that out later. Now, there you go. Done. So right, so I'm going to build that. I've built it. I'm going to program it. I never actually checked to see if it was reading the correct programmer byte or version byte. Yeah, no, I know, and it is. It's one of those things where I actually have to look it up in the Blitz code to see which byte is the 16th byte or the 17th byte that contains the flags. You know, this kind of crack. So I should read. Yeah, absolutely. Now, apply current settings. Catch fire. It's all working. But yes, I think what's happened is the page that has the times on it has disappeared. It's the times have disappeared. It's going to be because I need to reissue I need to reinitialize that page from the code from the AREX script that's running doing the time stuff. So once that starts, it only does it once. I think it only sets up the page once, and then it just refreshes it. Oh yeah, gives a job. Well, no, but maybe. Maybe sometime if I end up hating my current job enough. We'll see. But at the moment, I value my half-day Fridays and my stuff like that, so it's nice. Let's see. Here's our test. 40%. 63%. Oh, it's working! I don't know if you can see that there, but that's a happy me. Whoa, let's move that out of the way. Let's see if I can move this a little bit closer without pulling something out. Always worrying when you move something and the lights stop flashing. Whoop. Let's not let the pins touch random pins. But until that froze there, the machine hasn't frozen, it's just the Solas that's frozen. Let me see. Can we apply the settings again? Wakey Solas. Yes, there we go. Okay. Can I get a close up of that LCD? Oh, it's hard to read, but 71, 69, yeah, there we go, look at that. I'm going to call that a whoop. 0%. Yay, that's cool. Okay, that's working now. So that took a lot longer than I thought it might have, but happy out. Happy days. No, happy with that now. That was really annoying me because I was doing a lot of testing with the fans over the last week, and I was kind of I've got two monitors and I had my scope open on one, and the scope and schematics were open on one, and the what was open on the other? I can't remember. But basically, I needed three monitors and I didn't have three monitors, so I was kind of like wanted to do it blind, and I wanted to be able to see the LCD while also doing the other stuff, and just to So now that works. I just thought that is what it should be when you actually change something. You should jump to that page. So now I just need to make sure it is doing the time one. So how are we going to do that? I can't remember where that script is. What was the script called? Where do I have it? Do I have it in here? No, where is it? Solas host, of course, yeah. That's actually a commodity, I think. So I can just quit it and start it again. Oh, look at me trying to click this to get it in front of the overlay. Yeah. Solas host, remove that. I said remove. Oh, Solas control might have a quick first. Yeah. So Solas host, it was frozen because Solas control had was owning the board. You know what? That's the real reason it wasn't updating the page. A fucking red herring. When Solas control is open, it hogs the board, and so nothing else can update it. So the time page was locked out. I think. No, because that's no. It won't have updated. It should still have displayed. Okay, well let's just run Solas host again. Whoa. Crazy shit happening there. Okay. After all the happy talk there, what's going on here? Right, so let's run this. Apply the settings again. What the actual fuck is going on here? Oh my god. Still want me as a programmer. I don't know what these red flashes are about. I don't know what the LCD is doing. Oh, what's going on? Right, let's get rid of Solas host again. Solas control, let's get control of this. Yeah, I think that's the next step. What the actual living fuck is going on there? Because these aren't even reading the right values, I don't think. Are they? Fine controls. No, look, they're no, clearly the bus is shagged here. See, I did drop pins on the source board there earlier, but no, it took settings after that. But yeah, all the data scrambled. Let's that's calm. And those look like normal sensor readings as well. Well, apart from the core temperature. Oh, I did want to see if this is reading the board properly. Version 16. Woo! It is. Okay, have we calmed down? Have we calmed down? This looks like empty settings rather than crazy settings, so let's try again. Full test. Yeah, that's looking more normal. Configuration, LCD. Let's change it to green because that seems to be easier to read on the camera. Actually, contrast. If we change the contrast, will that make it better? Marginally. Anyways, let's see. Fan speed is updating straight away. Excellent. Sweet. Oh, slide. Okay, that's cool. Audio response is not working. There we go. Just have to give it a quiet moment to collect its thoughts. Okay, so that's... I don't know what happened there, but something clobbered the communications for a little while, and then I'll have to check that out. But starting Solas host. Oh, maybe it was halfway through a message when it got suspended. I'll have to look at that. Okay, thanks very much for dropping in. I'm probably nearly finished here as well. Yeah, thanks very much for dropping in, Terrible Fire. Thank you, and I will chat to you very soon, I'm sure. Cool. I think I've done I've done what I set out to do here, so I think that is sort of it. Right. Oh, it's a time page back. That's a good point. No, it's not, but Solas host isn't running. So I'm going to quit this. I think maybe Solas host is getting a bit of communication through before it realizes that the board's locked out and it's absolutely shafted things then. Let's see. No. Oh, what's going on now? What's going on now? Why is Solas host not working? Why? Oh, hold on a second. Can I do that? No, I can't do it. Yeah, I think it's set funkily, and that could be why all the communications are arseways. So, it's in here. Let's see. Oh, that needs a new icon. Does that change things? Here. Time page, show time. Yeah. Oh, I should have still been able to read those. It doesn't need the address to be set explicitly. No, actually, that's. So I don't know what happened there. What I'm going to say is time for a reboot. Let's see what happens. Yeah. So the reset, let's see. It's going to get there. Oh, I think I see the problem. That LCD is updating all the time. So a flag is getting set and not getting reset. So it just keeps on triggering. Once it triggers once, it triggers the whole time. So that's what's happened. So close. So close. Yeah. All the real times. Okay, so where were we? So we don't need this code at all here, so we can get rid of that. For now, I think. That's in the command done. Yes, that's right. Fan changed flag. Why is that fan changed flag? So running Solas control will send the... Oh no, it won't. It should read the value. LCD settings, current page 7. So I'm not fully convinced this is it, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to disable this just to see if that is the problem. Oh, I need to connect my programmer again while that's building. This is right on the limit of how far the cable can reach, which is great crack. Yeah, that's it. It always gets a little bit upset when you plug the programming cable in. So it has stopped the LCD from refreshing. Okay, so let me get this new file. And program. Do. And oh, where's my Amiga desktop gone? Dun, dun, dun. So we have no settings anymore because See, I usually have Solas control open when I do the programming, because if you do that, it will it just keeps the same settings. You can send the same settings again and again. Let's see, apply that. But if you don't now, also it should save to flash. That should survive a programming. No, it'll survive a software update from within the software, because it deals with that properly. But when you flash the chip remotely with cable, it wipes the whole chip, so you don't keep your firmware settings. Okay. Let's see. So that's. Let's see, we're getting. Oh, I flashed it now, haven't I? So. Let's get rid of that. I think what I need to do is. Oh yeah, no, it's doing the time. It's not doing the date, which is strange. Yeah. Okay, so that's working. And I can see it's not doing this quick refresh. So that code is triggering again and again and again. So that means that this fan.changed flag is firing constantly, and I just haven't been able to see it. So there's a bug that hasn't shown up until now. Where else is fan changed flag used? Because excuse me. Okay. Yeah. Fan change flag. So, dun. Make sure the fan speed is set to 0. Yeah. Okay. It's never reset. That's what's going on. It seems to be only checked here. And all we need to do is just disable it. Okay. That it? Let's give it a go. I think that might be it. As I have been saying for hours. Fan.change flag. At the top of the loop. It shouldn't really matter. I'm just setting it to 0 once we leave it. It's not used in the loop. Or you mean the whole loop? So every frame, like. No, because it should only be changed. Oh, and I've just realized another thing. The outer loop. No, this isn't going to work now, because what's happening here is now I'm after using this fan change flag, but that will also get triggered when the automated control changes the fan speed. So that's not going to work. So this has to go somewhere else. But I've stopped this firing constantly, which is something. So where does this move to? I think, unfortunately, it's going to have to go where it was before, which is a shame. Because I thought that was a nice, neat solution. Command done. It'll have to go in 2 places now. So, where was it? was the right register fan speed, wasn't it? So it's here. If fan.manual. I could use that, actually. I could just use that instead. So if it's in manual mode, rather than having it in two different places. Yeah, I think I should do that. Oh, where was I? I can't even remember now. Oh, I can't remember. Is it one and a 2 for C? And no, I don't want to be doing that because it'll do well. Oh, how is the compiler going to do that? I don't really need that. Do I need to be saving cycles? Yeah. But I was thinking put it in an outside loop. Which is more likely to happen? It'll be in manual mode or the LCD is enabled. Oh no, that's oh Jesus. Rob. Oh come on! I'm sure this used to do automatic indents for things like that. Nope, that's not what I wanted. Actually, it is what I wanted. Oh no. That's what I wanted. That just now it feels a bit clunky having that separate. Anyways, that'll do it. He says. Now the next thing is, yeah, because one is a bit operation, bitwise. 2 is logical. Yeah. The next thing is, once this is working, I have to figure out where the fan setting actually is, because it's not necessarily always on page 8. Because it's always the last one, so I have to figure out if you've got, like, if in theory, if you've got a single line LCD, it will do 4 pages and it will be on page 4 of the system pages. So I need to calculate that out and put it on the page before, and I might have to put that in a separate routine somewhere. Anyways, let's try that. Let's program. I'm actually using my that cheap Chinese programmer for this. What's it called? The ROM programmer. Put that programmer there. TL866, that's the one, and that one has the ICSP port on it, and that's great for doing this stuff, because that sits on my desk the whole time for doing ROMs and for doing this, although I need a longer USB cable clearly. Okay, the Amiga. Oh, and I forgot to start source control again, so I've lost my settings again. Just finding the board. Apply. Okay. LCD. Is it going to show time? It is showing time. Excellent. Let's see if it responds to fan speed quickly. It does! Yay! There we go. Oh. That's it. Hooray! So, the last thing is to calculate out where the actual display is, where that value is displayed, and then that is a whole new feature there. And I will quit that. What I'm going to do is actually in this RGB, our Solas temps, which is this one, should work with Solas host. Both of them should kind of live together, because unlike Solas control, it doesn't hog the board. So let's see if that shows time. It does. Don't know why it's not showing the date. I've just faffed something up there. But speed is 18. Yeah, that's updating real time. That's cool. Happy out, happy out. Cool, happy days. That will do. Bum bum bum. Yeah. So last thing is, I'm going to switch back. How do we choose another page? Oh, cheers. Thanks very much. How do we choose another page if the fan is always the last? So there are 4 settings that it always shows. Oh yeah, I can send it to you tomorrow, I think, and you can give it a go. I have a couple of other minor tweaks to do in the firmware as well. I'm just going to see if they're worth doing at the same time. But yeah, happy to send it over and see what you think of it. So how do I get it to choose? Because I think you've got a 2-line LCD, don't you, Graham? So your fan control setting will be on page 9 instead of page 8. So that's what I have to can I do a dirty job like this? That's nasty. Yeah, I feel dirty doing that. I don't. Let me think. I'm sure there's a more elegant way of doing this. Because you could only be showing one temperature, and then the fan, then it'll be on the first page. I need to find out definitively which page has the fan setting on it. Let's go back to where we were drawing the fan LCD handling code. So temp step is where we are. Temp step is 1. Line count. quite the messy thing, really. LCD full text. So it redraws it all as one thing. Let me think. Do we store that line count anywhere? We might. Might do. What else is in LCD settings? LCD settings. No, I don't. I'm going to try and avoid. I would rather not use up an extra byte. I know this sounds terrible. I'd rather not use up an extra byte of RAM to store that. I've got better things to do with the RAM. We've only got 265 bytes left. See, these are flags. I should combine all these into a byte. And it will mean yeah, I think this is going to be a bit more of a puzzle to try and not do, or to try and do this without having to recalculate it twice. You know, because it recalculates it when it redraws the screen anyway. But it redraws the screen, then it knows where it is, but at that point it doesn't have the information it needs. So it's always like a refresh behind. Oh, I might combine some of those settings, because this was kind of like done in a, you know, this was done early days when I had loads of RAM to throw at it. So all the settings are, you know, I've got a byte assigned for when it's a flag, you know, when it's a bit. So I can combine a load of those things back into one byte for this, and that'll give me some room to breathe, I think. Yeah, I think I'll do that, but that needs a little bit more thinking, and it will mean some of the settings getting fucked up when people update the firmware. Anyways, yeah, I will. Can I put something in flags here? I'll have a think about that. I think that's for another day. But yeah, I think I'll probably have to head off myself. But yeah, cool. Right, so yeah, I think I might leave it there. It's been overall a successful stream. So yeah, no, thanks very much for calling in, everyone. It's been yeah, busy and successful, and appreciate everyone calling in. Yes, good idea. I have my whiteboard at the back here. I got it that I usually write things on. I will. Let me see. Yeah. Do I have somewhere? I usually have something at the top. Do I? No. Ugh. No. Yeah. I will. Where was I? Fan changed. Dun. Yeah. I will come back to that definitely. Anyways, that will do. Right, that will do for now. That will do for now. Right, well, listen, yeah. Thanks very much, everyone. I'm going to see who's around to raid. Sure, we'll raid Pints and Amiga and give them a shout out. Yeah, and you too, George. Thank you very much. And yeah, I was like I said earlier, I was enjoying your stream until all video function on my PC died, which was mildly concerning because internet was working fine, but I don't know what happened. Video rendering was just decided to crap itself. So anyway, turn it off and on again, seemed to work. So there we go. Yeah, so yeah, good to see you as well, and I will talk to you guys later. Let's give Pint and Amiga a raid. And yeah, let's where's my... Okay, right. Talk to you later. Bye bye.
S.
I have a feeling Dragol is gonna win this one.
He's in a strong position.
Yeah, he has 3 worms that are on full health.
Well, my God, he's got 3 worms that are one in the stagecoach, one underneath the raid from Dayless 2097. Thank you so much for the raid.
2097. Yeah, there we go. Add and then add the 3 points for them.
Well, welcome aboard. This is Pints and Amiga. This is my co-host Baz that is right up there. He is from the UK, across the pond, right there. Took the place of my son Taylor. Rest in peace. 2023.
Yep.
Baz's best friend, and God rest his soul. Yep. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Demo Scene. What am I gonna do here?
Such a big hit for us. But we kind of thought about it that obviously this is what Taylor would have wanted to keep going, and that's what we're doing. Doing this in his honor and keeping the little close knit community together that Dad and Taylor had built, rather than just going and it all falling through.
Yeah, get your ass out of that stagecoach. Get your ass out of that stagecoach. Yes, you see that, guys? You see how that was? Ooh, that was a hell of a shot. You can't tell me that wasn't a hell of a shot. Get his ass out of that stagecoach.
I've just added you to the leaderboard as well, Daedalus, because you did a raid, you hosted it. You get yourself 3 points for the leaderboard, which is all to do with the spanner points. If you have the most spanner points at the end of the month, according to our last stream of the month, then you can get yourself some swag.
Get swag.
Like t-shirts, mouse mats, cushions, mugs. There's loads of stuff. We've currently had Tiger Sweet absolutely demolishing on the leaderboard. I think she's. If we find the proof, because our leaderboard died last stream. If we find the proof, I think she's on for 4 weeks in a row. Not 4 weeks, 4 months in a row.
Super Tech Boy says Tiger Sweet gets Larkin and Wyatt this month. Oh yeah, 100%. I hope they can survive the transport. They got to go across the pond. I will ship them. I will ship them 2 little knuckleheads. I will ship like Larkins goes. I hate knuckleheads when I'm driving. When I'm driving in my truck, and somebody cuts in front of me or somebody cuts me off and doesn't have a blinker. Larkin goes, that knucklehead don't know how to drive. Dad, that's a knucklehead. He sees some guy crossing in the middle of the road that doesn't do the crosswalk. He goes, that's a knucklehead. I'm like, yeah, that's a knucklehead.
Yeah, demo scene. We believe it is Tiger, but we've just got 2 of our mods to have a look. No massive rush at the moment. Me and Dad made a decision at the start of the stream, just basically saying with our new leaderboard place that Dad's subscribed to, we're going to start it from now. So we started like a day or 2 early for the new month, and then when we get confirmation from